So let's listen to the intro. So you know, like, I only have one album without an intro. But the intros are super important to me. And all my intros say something about the content of the album. So this album is called WorldWideChico. WorldWideChico because I was born in Congo. I lived in France. I lived in the US. I lived in South America. I lived in Congo, Ivory Coast, Brussels, Waterloo, Portugal. I'm a guy who lived in so many places. So let's hear the intro. The waves, always the waves first.
Yo こそ素晴らしい傾斜の世界 WorldWideChico この CD K7 や DVD 海賊版やインターネット MP3 君たちがどんな風に聴こうと問題じゃないレコード会社がサックスでも美しいアルバムを作ることを僕たちが見せてあげるいくつかの曲はレディースに捧げる曲その他はヒップホップファンにみんな楽しんで
So I have no clue what he said, but I remember I wrote it and I asked him to say this in Japanese. So I asked Jube, I said, yo, you told me you can bring me anything I need? Okay, I need a nigga that speaks Japanese. He was like, what? Yeah. So this guy came and gave me, he translates something in Japanese. So I probably said what it means, WorldWideChico, travel here, do some hip hop, I do this, that. That's probably everything I said on that album. So now you have the first track, WorldWideChico. It also has a music video for those who didn't see it. It's on YouTube. Maybe we can play it from YouTube. Let me see. Kaysha, WorldWideChico. There it is. Can I play in full screen? Let me see. Does it work like that?
Everywhere. Do you like what you see? You make me sing, oh well. I'm just a WorldWideChico. All my chicas everywhere. Do you like what you see? You make me sing, oh well. I'm just a WorldWideChico. If I could walk around planet, walk around town, walk around sound and still survive round, walk around those suckers, finger in the nose, blow up from bodies to Port Alamo. Do you know my name? Lorenzo, traveling Chico, young, black and guapo, Empress I got gusto, Moscow, by the Rango, Foganas, Bambino, been over here, been over there, poetic, got true blue remains, I swear, y'all wanna be underground this year, can I really tell you who the one I care, it's on the low hole, with the crazy afro, who likes my stilo, and spread my demo, from Hong Kong to Soweto, I'm not a god, I'm just like you, I'm just a man, I want to go, so all my chicas everywhere, do you like what you see? You make me sing, oh well. I'm just a WorldWideChico. All my chicas everywhere. Do you like what you see? You make me sing, oh well. I'm just a WorldWideChico. Comment ça va, go? Tu crois vraiment que tu vas avoir le magot? Y'a pas de drago. Cats wanna play my shit in Bombay. You can play your hit, but what else you gon' say? It's sound on your cabeza. Te think for Montenegro. Te amo my mic, yo. We're kinda good amigos. That's why I'm solo. I'm numero uno, like Bono. I'm still looking for the ultimate sonito. Stuck in the land,
Surrounded by crooks.
Think to survive, you need to read books. My elder, I suggest you take a good look. Not too fast, cause you might get shook. chicken head stick like Velcro. So all my chicas everywhere, do you like what you see? You make me sing, oh well, I'm just a worldwide Chico. All my chicas everywhere, do you like what you see? You make me sing, oh well, I'm just a worldwide Chico.
This is Will that I went to with him in Senegal.
Mi vehículo, one fleece, my flow, got no Camaro. I'm like an Eskimo Coco in
Rio de Janeiro, what you walking, we walking, bumping on top, the rock of hip hop.
It's no red dot, no need a smoke pot. You're hot, blow up the spot, connect. Sick on top like Scott, if you had us, no connection.
Fuck y'all, me and my crew, we worldwide.
My chicas everywhere,
Yeah.
do you like what you see? You make me sing, oh well, I'm just a worldwide Chico. All my chicas everywhere, do you like what you see? You make me sing, oh well, I'm just a worldwide Chico. All my chicas everywhere, do you like what you see? You make me sing, oh well, I'm just a worldwide Chico. All my chicas everywhere,
Yeah.
do you like what you see?
Yeah. So, to like that's funny because I cannot say if this album didn't work commercially because people didn't like the songs, or if it is because the oops. Thank you, Matt Music. Thanks a lot. So this is hiding the super chat. Let me put it here. I don't know if it's because the album, like, people didn't like it, or if it's because the production didn't understand what I was trying to do, because I had my vision already of what I wanted to do. If I was too fast in my vision, because I always tell people one step after the other, if you run too fast, you fall. Or if it's because Philips and Sony introduced the CD that you could record, and a lot of people took. You remember when I talked to you about the guardians of the culture? When I say that we love to complain that our artists are not in there, but the first thing we do, we download the music or we do CD copies. So that album came exactly at the time where it was easy to copy a CD, and it divided the sales of a lot of artists by 10, and it divided my sales from 100,000 to 10,000. The shows, I still made shows. It was still okay, but the record company stopped believing in me, and they stopped like pushing in a way that the way that I needed. I didn't feel that those people were behind me like I needed, and behind my vision. And more I understood that they had no idea why people loved me and why people loved my music. And more I was depressed, and more I was feeling, yo, I have to find a new house. I have to find a new home. I was slimy. Bro, I was skinny as fuck. Full rapper. Yep, that was before. That was way before. L'époque du capsule, c'est l'époque où j'ai rempli le capsule à ras-bord. Il y avait les pompiers et tout. J'adore ta voix de rappeur, mais aussi ta voix de chanteur. Oh, my chicas everywhere. This was so PDD influenced. Yeah, I guess. Or he was Kaysha influenced. Who knows? There you go. It's good like this. Thanks for the super chat, Matt. Fuego 2020 version Kaysha. Those, listen, you know what I'm proud of when I listen to those albums? When I'm talking about something that came out in 1999. That's 21 years ago. And they still sound amazing. So you have to understand, the person who recorded and wait, sorry, but I have to show you a few things. There it is. WorldWideChico. I used to love that photo. Can I put TIFFs here? The person who recorded that album, there he is. So I have to turn it into a JPEG so I can use it. So give me a sec. Let me save as a JPEG. At that time, we use TIFF format for Quark Express. I've been doing my covers since the first album. That's why I have all the files from all the things. So, Vince McLean, there he is. He's the person who he actually worked on. So he's a guy who he mixed and recorded the whole album, and here in that studio, and he worked on the album Ready to Die of Notorious B.I.G. That's how crazy he is. And I have some crazy story about the recordings of that album, but I'll get to there. You look a lot like Little Christophe Swag. La Jeunesse. Because I heard the song from I'm Ready on the radio, but didn't hear WorldWideChico on the radios back in the days. Yeah, they didn't push. Like, everybody said, yeah, but where's the... And I think the radios is the same thing. Because I did Bounce Baby from Kassav, my big mistake was, listen, everybody wanted me to do to take a sample. Everybody agreed. Like, yeah, you can use my song, no problem. So you had like, I could take a David and Corinne. I could ask anybody, and everybody was ready to, because there was a lot of revenue of me sampling you. But yeah, like I told you, the stupid critics got under my skin, and I was young. I don't know, 20, 26, 27, I don't remember. And I got if I had another sample there and made a crazy video like that one, because that video, listen, that video was full of special effects. Like, there's some serious money put in that video. If I just put the first 2-3 tracks with a clone of Telephone, 2 clones of Telephone, and 1 of 2 clones of Bounce Baby, it was over. But I made the choice of going too far musically. It's all good. Years. Sounds amazing. International level. You've been doing it before it was that. That's why I dig you. Thanks you, Matt. Thanks. So this is a song that is very avant-garde. This came out before people had the internet. I own the website and the domain Kaysha.com since 1996, and so. I was thinking about how the world would be the time where we would have, where everybody would have internet, and they would have girlfriend far away, and they would have sex with the internet. So I wrote that song called Cybersex.
Y2K, Cybersex.
sent me sexy email.
Like it like that. No need to cut your fingernails. I got a hand with the sidewalk flat. And I want you. Cyber sex. Tell me if you're ready for my flex, flex, flex. On the internet, net, net. Keep on. I want your cyber sex. Tell me if you're ready for my flex, flex, flex. On the internet, net, net. Keep on. Nice mama, come into my car so we can ride, ride, ride. Weather that pool so we can dive all night. Un poco de you can make me die, die, die. So act like you knew and electrify. Body like a wire. Send you my voice of an MP3's on fire. No need to go faster. That crazy car crack AOL to my island of pleasure. So power on the G3, you can start the man. See you see me, now who the real man? Action pierda. Con el super info highway. I want you. Tell me if you're ready for my flex, flex, flex. On the internet, net, net. Keep on. I want your cyber sex. Tell me if
So you have to understand something. Actually, the snare drums, the drum kit of that song is the same as Telephone that I did a year prior. I wrote everything. The person singing the chorus is the amazing Chinois Hawks. You can find him on Spotify and on the platforms. That's him. Chinois. There he is. He's an amazing singer that I met at that time. And yeah, he's an amazing voice. And so that's one of the first songs I recorded, and everybody was like, what is he talking about? I was talking about MP3s, about the internet, about AOL, about hacking, about because I'm a geek. So this was a song like I was doing like the sex songs of the geeks. And back then when we were recording, everybody was like, wow, this guy's a genius. He's talking about he's rapping about those things. And when Chinois came, and he's such a great singer, and I told him, okay, I want you to sing, I want your cyber sex, da 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 da. Everybody was like, wow, yeah, and they were like, oh, you have great melodies and stuff, and people were starting to tell me already at that time, yo, you should try to sing. I was like, nah, singing, that's for you guys. I'm a rapper. I'm a beat maker that raps a bit, but singing, never. So yeah, that actually WorldWideChico and Cybersex were the two only songs in this album that I performed. I think, yeah, everything else I never did in shows. And the album that came out a year before was still banging. So when I was doing shows, I was doing like the normal show plus the two songs from that album. And when I had big shows in Africa where I was supposed to do an hour or something, I think I probably only did Cybersex and WorldWideChico, and everything else was the song from the other album. Let me see what you guys are saying. Ton évolution musicale est super intéressante et incroyable. T'es un super héros. Ah, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Très important, très très important le triangle. Then remember you saying you kind of mentored Matt Houston. Now I can hear your influence on him 2 years after Cybersex. He put out Cybersex in his R&B de rue, iconic album. Matt is my boy. I have to invite him to the show. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my brother. So I did this song called World Electrics. I had an idea of a song with kids that would sing a chorus. So Jube brought like 5 kids and they recorded that.
stock of money. If they stop being sunny, you don't keep with acne. See, you know, that never flee, cause it's with unlimited activity. That's history. Our biography grows up ebony and ivory. No, it's not with facility. But you, my embassy, you don't care, we critique a dancy. That's a community, I mean a dynasty. True head without no felony. Me and my companions in a cool TP. Even more of that ferocity, cause he ain't no CD. Unlimited boundaries, we just became divinities. Cause we spread worldwide from Israel to Germany. Killing enemy with sentence complete like a rhyme dictionary. Punchline factory, you wanna battle me? No ball in my matrix, no MC wanna be. Best time to be what you dreamt to be. No good or bad luck, now it's just you and me and the destiny. That's right. Funny rappers, abandon shit, one pool mics, no technique. We wreck shop anyway, with energy I can't first. Choose randomly, my verse make you think I did rhyme studies.
The university.
I rock on and on, nothing got me collapse like Black Cruz. Now who's gonna last? To the blast, my lyrical silences. I make experiences with sentences and tenses. You get evidence that I pay the price. I gotta work twice. My theories of groove like
Mel and Bryce, label business. Here today, gone the next minute. I do my best, so my rhymes kick out the infinite. I can't give a fuck who pay bills. That's kills. Hey, 1974 in the motherland. Like never before, I searched the promised land. Hey, come on. Oh yeah. So World Electrics is a song where I said that me and my companions, we work all night to make the world electric. We are trying to make people happy, to give joy to people, electricity in their lives, sparkles. Yeah, that's what I talk about. Like I start with, so like if you see I was testing flows, like I used 2 or 3 different flows there. My flows were very New Yorkish, and I start with a virtual stock of monies. If days stop being sunny, young kids with acne, still you know they never flee. Like we young, we still have acne, but we here to stay. That's what I'm meaning. And because this tree is our biography. So what we're doing now, we are planting the roots for the future. And this tree will grow up ebony and ivory, because I'm always for the blending of the cultures. And there's something that I like in there. I got no... And something I always loved about me as a rapper back then is that you could give me the worst microphone and the worst sound system, I would rap anyway. And I say funny rappers, they abandon ship when there's poor mics and no techniques. And we wreck shop anyway. With energy, I come first. I choose randomly my verse that make you think I did rhyme studies in university. That's nice. And I say my theories of grooves like Amel and Bryce. Groove theory, for those who know. Nice lyrics. Nice. Interesting. Let me get the next one. That's the next one. Do I have the groove on? I don't know if I have those lyrics. Hey, welcome, Calix. So, yeah, it's a dope song. I need more of that African music history from you, my brother. You've got some good... Yep, he does. He's gonna come back to the show soon. So the next song, I did it with my sister. I have a sister who raps. Her name is EK. She's retired now, but she's one of the best rapper I know. So check her Mad Flow. So yeah, I forgot to say, all the beats on this album 100% produced by me, and then I got guests. So this one I had a guest, EK.
Who got game? I'm living life in the fast lane. Last game, now first in this rap game. Hot like fire, high spit flames. Rappers get slain, smoke crack like Mary Jane. Who killed Jane? I carry the blame. EPMG, I'm sorry for the pain. She tried to test my name. I blasted in the chest, no shame. Infamous like casinos in Las Vegas. Ghetto fabulous like Heineken. Fuck bug, don't hate the players, hate the game. It's like drugs, I'm shiesty like thugs. Pure like in the blood. EK, aka drummer maker. Hot like Jamaica. Showstopper like Joey Springer. This opera. You need yoga. Ass deep at your bride. Like discriminate Scotia. Like Elder Scared. Extra, extra. We all about it. You won't scares, I got it.
If you like a steedo, we can be your hero. We can get this groove on, keep this funky shine on. If you like a steedo, we can be your hero. We can get this groove on, keep this funky shine on.
You know I smash acts, black stats, and slam tracks. Double black, make 'em more, you double whack. When I'm at parties and I hear 'em playing you on wax, I'm like, damn, how the hell you get sound for bringing that? One spit, you're done quick, erase, leave no traces. Come on up out them braces, that's how I be having you MCs. I'm grabbing you MCs, stabbing and sewing, wearing you MCs. Yo, watch some slug cartridges, you know them thugs hard resist. Passing for the ones they about to hit. Split wigs back is sick, but it still exists. I need to start up the fight club like Brad Pitt. Outside in the back lot, beating up each other with bricks. We both get blood clots, but I love this. Especially when the stress had made me create these ill steel cage flips, celebrity death match. Why?
Wanna rap, Japanese lads use them thing on the that. Put any city on the map, New Jeru to Peru. TIs know the menu, don't bounce. Mañana wanna be on my crew. She got it, mama loco, any chico, every bimbo. Say I gotta run mozo, city or the ghetto, many G's or poco. Anybody if you got vibe, we be amigo. I don't care who's the better, if money be divider. My culture for one fighter, 1 million writers. Let me spit that, the fuck we begin rap shit, make me feel real bueno. The chico magnifique, you like us,
Damn. That song is called The Groove On, featuring my sister EK and a brother called Etc. I'd love to know where is this guy now. I'm gonna ask my boys from New York of that time. So he was a guy who was hanging out in the studio, and like I love the way he raps, so I invited both of them in the album, and like you can see that album is really like a hip hop. It still has that Afro-Caribbean flavor, but I was going more in my hip hop side. Thanks a lot, Mike, for the super chat. Merci de faire le live de cet album. Je tiens très fort. Merci beaucoup. Yeah, Joël, Ike, trop de talent. Quelle basse. That was a king of sub bass at that time. Who knows the God MC? Let me see. If you know the God MC, what the fuck? Let me show you. So this is Rakim, the God MC, and he's the best rapper alive. Like if he's like, who knows hip hop knows Rakim. Rakim is like, for us in the rap game, Rakim is like, he's a god. He's since paid in full. He's one of the untouchables. Nobody can say, oh, Rakim, but nah. So I'm here. We are So that was after we recorded the album, right? And I'm here doing the. So we went after we finished recording the album in New York. We went in Connecticut to a place called the Carriage House Studios where we would mix the album. So we stayed there like a whole week, and we sleep there. It's a whole ranch with a big studio in there, and that's where we mixed the album. And so one morning after 2-3 nights, usually the Vince would mix the tracks. He would start the mix, and then he would tell me to come, that I didn't need to come very early. I would need to come maybe around 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So just to check the balancing of the tracks, to let him know if he's in the right direction. And but before that, he didn't really need me because he was doing all the technical stuff. So wake up, I'm taking my shower, and once I'm done taking my shower, I'm here getting ready, and somebody knocks on my bedroom door. So I'm like, So I go open the door, and this is the owner of the studio, and he tells me, oh, they're waiting for you downstairs, so whenever you're ready, and breakfast is served too. Oh, and by the way, I hope you don't mind. There's an artist that came here to do a photo shoot with a French magazine called L'Affiche, and it's a magazine that I always hoped that they would feature me, but because back then in France I was rapping in English, a lot of people were not taking me and my sister seriously, so they would never have us on interviews, and they would never talk about us in the history of French hip hop. And we did everything. We tried everything to have anything said about us, like a paragraph somewhere, but they never paid us any mind. They never mentioned us anywhere. And so the editor-in-chief of that magazine and the photograph, Xavier Deneuve, with Olivier Cachin, was the editor-in-chief. They were there, and they were there to do an interview of Rakim, the God. And so the owner of the studio tells me, yeah, I hope you don't mind. They are all in the studio, and Rakim is a friend of Vince, so he asked if it was okay if they did the photo inside of the studio, if you don't mind. And I mean, he's been listening to your album, and I'm like, what? Wait, Rakim is listening to my album? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. Finish preparing myself. I get dressed, and I go down, and there he is, dressed in all white. So when I got up, he stood up, and he complimented me because Vince made him listen to, like, I don't know which tracks, but he heard like a few tracks of the album, and he was like, yo brother, this is great work, man. I love the Caribbean vibe, I love the African vibe, and this is an amazing work, man. Good luck, brother. Peace. Like, love it. It's like if you are a cook, and the biggest chef tells you that your food is good. So I was out there. I was gone. I was like, oh my God, like, can't believe that Rakim heard my music and he loves it. And funny enough, the guys of L'Affiche magazine, Olivier Cachin and his photograph, all of a sudden now that Rakim said that my music is good, now all of a sudden, motherfuckers want to do an interview with me. So, and they were like, yeah. So because he asked them, yeah. So these guys, they're French too, because I'm doing an interview for this French magazine. I was like, yeah, I know them. They're it's a very good magazine out there. And there was like, and so Rakim asked them, so do you know about Kaysha? Like, yo, dude, like, you got good guys in Paris. And those guys, like, that ignored us for years, Now they're like, yeah, of course we love him. Nah, yeah, yo. And then they came to me and said, yo, do you want to do an interview? And I was not that about to say no, but if it was today, I would have said no. I was like, I don't need you. But I did an interview, so I had a big 2 pages with photos and stuff inside this magazine that I used to read a lot. So it was a milestone for me, but you know, yeah. So the God MC approved this album. So whoever didn't like it can get their finger in there. Megaplex City. What a crazy song. So again, in the chorus, it's the amazing Chinois Hawks. And Megaplex City. So that album was made by the time I think I just saw The Matrix. So that's what I was talking about, The Matrix all the time in this album. I'm a person in my albums, my personality and everything that surrounds me is always in my albums. You can feel it in my music, and you could feel that like The Matrix was an eye opener. Like these actually expanded my mind in possibilities, and they've like those songs. Like the mix is amazing. Like I'm listening to them now, and that's a crazy album. And something I'm gonna do this week. You know, I have a Kizomba playlist that has almost 9,000 listeners. I'm gonna take all the songs of that album that have a little bit of the Kizomba vibe, and I'm gonna put them and push them in that playlist, because I really believe that this album can have a second life now with the internet. That's the beautiful thing of the streaming platforms. Your songs now, they can live and relive forever. And like the sub basses of this song. Listen to the sub basses.
Then you got a tender lover. You place them in above every other. This is cool cause I just want your body. On the low, want nobody. And I'm insane. Toast to the brain. Ain't the worst chain. The way I maintain. Not a
Damn. I was the guy with the sub basses at that time. Was this before or after you lived in New York, working with Vibe magazine? I'm asking because your English was so American. It was not the first time we heard that in New York style for an Afro-Caribbean artist. That was after. I lived in New York. The first time was in 96, and this was recorded in 99, early 99, and it came out end of 99, December 99. So, yeah. But I was listening to so much rap that that's probably why my accent was like, Rakim should be in my next video. All right, we'll tell him. You like Megaplex? What up, Mr. Tavares? I see you at the bus stop. Hey. those R. Kelly style choruses. Oh na 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 na. Ay, ay, ay. So the next song is called "I Want You," and it's a song featuring a friend of mine called Killian, and I like the song. I was using a lot of guitar samples at that time. That's Lyncha's voice.
Well, if you don't have a bottle, you still can rent a glass. Muchacho, bring your boo, she shake that ass. You know we well known, Kinshasa to Paris. Don't be shady, we got crew like Ricky Teach. You know we stacking big cigars from Cuba. You know we got hits making a, you know, say, you can be in NY, LA, or VA. Still you better recognize and say,
Come on. I be on Jersey, Philly. I never seen nowhere else see anyone making you feel. So I will put it that way. Some of my friends don't like me, cause I be man, flower and soul, no white tea. Sexy, classy, from Paris, only damn, getting cheeky, no doubt, no fear. I from the baby like
I mean,
that we know you're so bad,
kissing us in a dream.
I say please finger, please deeper. And deeper male gender help me go wild, wild west. When it comes to sex, I'm not the best, but now have the rest. Until my fly bonita compares me to Alexa or
Testa, Rosa.
Better dance like salsa, el centa. Negro, I got gift in my casa. Todas las muchachas, and you can go bananas. I got what you need, and that's all I wanna.
Like we do, I guess there couldn't be no us that can make you just like the way you want it to. From the high class level, who can rock with you? Till the cops come knocking me a max or two. She in the glass, Cupid should be nice tonight. Come with me, the Duffy shouldn't be no cry. I think the man is never gonna give the same to a different girl, so I can plain and say, I want you.
Somebody say, ooh, listen. This album could have come out in Bad Boy. Like that was like, yeah, Puff and Maze with a Total on the chorus in the Zouk version. That was actually what we were doing. Like we were listening to hip hop from Bad Boy and them and Gangstar and then at the same time we were trying to invent a style that had those influences and at the same time cater to the Caribbean audience that we found. So I really believe that like this, I mean, like, you know, it's funny because I call this my hip hop album, but it's not so much hip hop finally. I mean, there's some nice, it's a good mix of both. It's, yeah. I want you. I'm gonna put all these tracks in my playlist. As soon as I'm done with this live, I'm gonna put all these tracks in the playlist so that they can have a new public of young people who will think that those are new songs. So what are you guys saying? You're liking it? Comment la basse est coupée arrive sur la honte, je suis trop bien. Thanks. This music like Puff looks like Puff and Maze. Yeah, exactly what I was saying. I created something with Kizzy today. Thanks, Coach. Hey, good. I want to receive the links. a mix of R&B and kizomba. Yeah. Actually, at that time for us, it was a mix of R&B and zouk. That's how we came up with the zouk R&B style, and then we realized that zouk R&B and kizomba is actually more or less the same stuff. But at that time, we were in '99. I think I didn't even know what the word kizomba was, because back then it was just zouk. Then it became Cabo Zouk, Cap Virgin Zouk. I was like, oh shit, this sounds like my stuff. And then when I arrived in Portugal, that's when kizomba started. But I'll do a video special about the history of kizomba soon. So one day I'm in the studio. With the guys, and it rings on the interphone. So I hear, so I say, yo guys, and they tell me, yo, okay, get the door. So I go to the interphone of the studio, and I tell them, yo, yes, hello, who is it? And I hear Wu-Tang. They are saying that it's Wu-Tang. And they tell me, yeah, so open the door. I open the door. So I put the, and who comes to the studio? The Wu-Tang Clan. But like a bunch of them. Like a bunch of them. They come. I remember seeing, I don't remember all the names, but I know that there was one of the beat makers that I love. I know that, I forgot. I know Killer Priest was there. I know Ninth Disciple was there. I think Method Man was there. A few of them, and they came I don't know, probably 5, 6, 7 people. And they came to they were around there. They came to chill, to say hi to the guys. So now they're here, and they make us. Nina, se faz favor? Podes me trazer uma água? Yeah, de limão. Tô com fome, fogo. And order some McDonald's. Yeah. And they're here. So me, I'm like, oh my God, now it's not only Reza that was a beat maker. There was also Ninth Wonder. And but Reza was not there that day. And now, because Wu-Tang was not just the 9 members, it was like a big thing. There was Sons of Man. There was a lot of different groups in there. Like they had a big. So there was 1 or 2 of the main members plus all their kids. So now they're here. Me, I'm like, oh my God, Wu-Tang is there. So, and they stopped making everybody listen to their beats. Like they were like, yo, listen to those beats we did. Listen to those beats we did. So me, I'm like, so I'm listening to the beats, and everybody's like, yo, yeah, that's nice. But then Peter, who was working with us in the studio, says, okay, now we're gonna make you listen to the beats of our boy. And me, I'm like, no, I'm too scared. And they make us, so they take the DAT, the cassette, the digital cassette with my beats, and they put some of my beats. And I see all the members fuck, what? And they're like, yo, who did those beats? And they show me yep, this guy. Yo, man, what up, bro? Yeah, great boss. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And after that, some more members came, and they stayed there. They smoke a bit, and then they congratulate me on my work. They listen to a few tracks of the album, and that's when Killer Priest, who's one of the members of Sons of Men, if I'm not mistaken, said that he wanted to do a track with me on my album. And he called MCA, so the label talked between themselves. They cleared for the authorization for him to perform on the album. And that's how we did the song Chinese Nigga.
I have a cup, say please brother, don't stop her, break a nigga, that Chinese nigga, get your mama, please nana, please bana, please dada, love nigga, sex appeal figure, it's too hard to open la ventana, cuidado, it's that bad chico, organized bambino, technique from Togo, no amigo, strictly business partners, connect like money in the ghetto, I'm here to seek you, blow you, fix you, I see you, my air crew, get you, lay you, French warrior, you know how we do, me and Yobu, stick a spell on you, infinitely, dynamically, caddy baby, sharp one shinobi, yes you guess I'm best at giving you this after test like I'm Guinness, Lorenzo Raphael, you can call me when you lonely, call me when you need this, Chinese nigga,
KP nigga.
you can call me when you lonely, call me when you need this, Chinese nigga,
Okay, here we go. Sweet nights over the bed, soldier cadet. Got my hands over her breast and I lower her dress. She's soaking the wet. Watch how I control her through sex, exposing the flesh. To her neck, celestial kisses. I'm your genie, grant you 3 wishes. Make you my
Chinese nigga,
Shada nigga.
born between 2 rivers. My energy to 7 continents, blowing mind to 7 scumming men. Desperado, walking sands to sands. Deep the mountains, love the valley. Wild ammo, mad vessel, big breast bimbo. You can take it all, I don't care Chico. Incredible, wanna suck a dickable. Cool like that, I still play the dickable.
Wanna suck a dickable.
Make up with dreadlocks and locks and gridlock. Simply a mic and Swiss clock. An American, born African, coming West Indian. Fuck a European, yo, we all Indian. You can call me when you lonely. Call me when you need this. Chinese nigga.
KP nigga.
This is Chinese Nigga, so I have to tell people that we're back. Who left? Who's still there? Oh, everybody's coming, I guess. I hope. Who knows? It resumed. I don't know if it resumed. Yeah, it just resumed, right? Yeah. It just resumed. Pete Diddy. African Pete Diddy. It works. Cool. Estás a ver? Agora que a história tava boa. The spirit of Teddy Ray never leaves. Now, you know, the internet is being stressed in Portugal. Like, there's so many people that are doing live shows, being on Instagram Live and stuff that sometimes the internet and my internet the last 4 or 5 days, sometimes it just drops, but as you see, that doesn't drop long time, so I still have to call them to tell them to stop fucking with the things I pay. So yeah, we lost a few people, but hey, let's go back. Let me tweet that. There you go. Now, you know, I was looking at my my router. It was blinking. Like when it blinks, it means game over. So where was I? Chinese Nigga. So I got this song that I did that it's actually one of my favorites in the album. It's called Rivers and Seas. I love it because it's a rap that I wrote maybe in 94. And yeah, it's called Rivers and Seas. And it talks about what the artists do. Crossing rivers and seas, going all around the world just to make people happy with my music. That was how I felt at that time. Yeah. Chico Magnifico.
We organize players numero uno, like Fiat Uno, the sounds you know. Full blast, mixing your benzo. A bunch of negros from Togo to Puerto Rico. Coco, don't be loco, smoke that ass like a cigarillo. Yo, my bro, with you, my nigga, on my middle. I'm just like Stevie, half line, half a 1,000,000. Syllable that dwells in my agenda. Coexist with million measures. No acapella, we occupy big villas. From Marinina to Kinshasa, we last longer than Bush's nanas. My melody sings in the air of all shoppers. Organized bambino, no stopper. Fighting on me like a Japanese manga. Oh muchachas, still on my side. Cause de la Vega, Don Diego, the only fist of the non-star. Plus that super black fella, that's right, that's right. Cross represent C's just to make you bubble cranium. So we feeling on, be the bomb, baby. I be the bomb, baby. Just put your finger on it, so put your finger on it. Cross represent C's just to make you bubble cranium. So we feeling on, I be the bomb, baby. I be the bomb, baby. So put your finger on it, so put your finger on it. You're notorious, fat beat maker, hot now listener. 1,000 times it wonder, blazing skies like thunder. Rock rhymes like a 4-page letter to my nana, trendsetter, hip hop soldier, king of rivers and seas like I'm flipper. King of chicken heads and clickers, go dipper. Take a paper, cute mister, Akai sampler, microphone doctor, milk and juice drinker. The best smoke no cess, my rhymes get in flesh. Come test, get this.
Who less, organized bambino.
Getting love in
Sacramento, Puerto Rico, and also Montevideo. Mananas de Pina from here to China and Alabama. Oh, eat my cocina.
I'm Lorenzo, today I'm high, today like Lala, tomorrow who knows, baby,
She's not a tatak. She's not a tatak, that's Russian. So in this song, I rap in English with a mix of Lingala and Spanish, and until that last phrase, which is Russian. And that's me. That's me. I speak everything. I like to speak everything. I like to learn the songs of other people. I love to give, and I love to take. I'm like a sponge. I go somewhere. I need to understand their culture. I need to respect their culture. I need to take a bit and reprocess it and regurgitate it my way. So that's what I see in that song. That's why in this song you hear a lot of names of you hear a lot of names of a lot of cities, because it's a song about going all around the world to try to have people, and if you realize in that album, and that was funny because at that time a lot of people in Congo were saying, yo, he's Congolese, but why does he pretend he's from the West Indies? But all these motherfuckers didn't even listen or understand maybe the lyrics, because we organize players numero uno, like Fiat Uno. The sounds blasting, mix in your benzo. We a bunch of Negroes from Togo to Puerto Rico. Don't be loco, smoke that ass like a cigarette. Okay, are you my nigga or my bleeder? What I'm saying is, like, are you gonna be my brother, or are you here to backstab me? And then there's a point I said, we occupy big villas from Madinina. That's the name of Martinique in the West Indies. From Madinina to Kinshasa. And in all of these songs, I always represent Kinshasa. But at the same time, I also want to represent the rest of the African descent, because that's the way I am. And a lot of people didn't get that because they wanted me to do rumba, maybe, who knows. But yeah, I love those. That second verse, notorious, fat beat maker, hot 9 listener, 1,000 times hit wonder. It's a verse that is very important to me because when I was in France, before I did my albums, before I got famous, a lot of people were telling me, why you want to sing in French? Why you want to sing in English? Why don't you sing in French? When I would go to Universal all the time, listen to my demo, they would be like, yo, you should sing in French. Everybody was telling me to sing in French. Some people were like, you should. Some people were like, well, who you think you are? And I was like, listen, I speak back then I spoke 5 languages. Like, bro, I speak 5 languages. So my heroes rap in English. Why would I rap in French? That was my thing. And I was like, and why can I not be free to rap in the language I want? I like rapping in Spanish and English. So why should I? Because here it's Paris. Okay, I'm sorry. And that's so when I arrive in I don't know if I probably told that story already. So I have a story called the Wall of Fire, where so you have to check it out on my YouTube channel. I tell the whole story where I end up in. So that was 2 years before that, when I was living in New York in '96, and I end up being in a cipher where everybody's rapping, and I was scared in the beginning to rap, not because I was not confident on my own abilities, but just because the French people kept telling me that I'm not good enough for the Americans. And so until a point that I did that verse. And when I did that verse in the freestyle, everybody stopped and went like, yo! And that's when I passed the line of fire, the wall of fire, which is the fear. Because sometimes we afraid of doing what we have to do, not because of ourselves, and not because we cannot do it, but just because a bunch of people told us we cannot do it. And we start believing that we can't do it until the time that we facing it, and they give you the microphone, or it's your turn. And a lot of people, because of that, they will not do it. They will stay and they will pass the turn, and then they will regret all their lives. And that day I did that verse, and after that, when I came back to France, I was like, no nigga can tell me nothing. Oh, thank you, Matt. Thanks again. Thank you again, Matt. I need to get you on my artist EP, a Spanish EP, a Spanish Afrobeat, or Spanish Zouk, Equatorial Guinea. You will love his voice. Yeah, you told me you sent me the emails, but I didn't see that email. Let me see. Let me look for Equatorial. Just wanna check. Oh, I found your email. Okay. Places Angel Afrobeats. Okay. I'll keep it there so I can listen to it after the live. You really loved hip hop at that time, rhyme upon rhyme. Yo, bro, I was like, it's strange that Kizomba Zouk was never my choice. It really was. It just came to me. Like, I just let the flow took me there. Like, at a point, it was just like, yo, like, you the king. I was like, okay. But yeah, at that time, I'm like, my dream was hip hop. Hey, Nadia, how are you? Hey, you come just in time. You Kaysha afraid impossible. Mind you, that was a long time ago. That was back in the days, you know. Okay, let's listen to the next song.
Sunday afternoon, oh mama, calor como en Juna. Waiting for my crew shining as usual, matrix virtual. you know my style. Yeah, walking down the street with the Perry Ellis. Booty swinging, left to right. Crazy kind of miss, no lipstick. Girly at the eye, mystic. Black curly hair long. My neck got mechanic. Savez-vous parler français? Ningún problema, yo hablo el español también. I'll be the one, Kaysha, Shada. If we got time, we can see we mañana. Lorenzo Rafael, yo, you gotta connect. To represent for the fam, you gotta get the flyers. Benz, mama. And if you wanna get with her, change your way, you get la chica bonita. Chica bonita, we can share la historia especial. Chica bonita, we can share la historia especial. Baby girl, I want a black shampoo you till you doze over. Love is never over, just man getting sober. Every day you knew a piece of life to chew. What I live through is like sunshine in winter. No me gusta nadie como tú.
Hey.
Think nothing else except music and money. She's beautiful, subway you in a benzo. Soon she can have a tattoo
Saint Lorenzo, fly high son of a gentleman, Mister.
Life got me serious about who I pick her. Mira el color de mi corazón. Mi vida es nada sin tu atención. Who no digging? Love never shady. I'll never play you. I hope you
Never played me.
see. It's all about
My connection.
So come to my house for
Interaction. Chica bonita, la historia especial. Hey. Chica bonita, we can share la historia especial.
I know your heart's being broken.
Chica bonita. I don't even know who did the voices of the chorus. It's not there in the credits of. Let me see if. Because at that time, we would send the albums, the hard albums, into CD Baby, and then they will transform it into. And that was before Spotify existed. So there's a lot of missing information on these beginning albums, and you cannot change the metadata. So let me see if I wrote it. Maybe I wrote it somewhere. Chica bonita. I was chilling downtown Sunday afternoon. Oh mama, calor como in June. I love the way I rhyme at that time. Man, this is it's almost another life. You have no idea. It's like, let me see if I can find the credits. WorldWideChico. Oh my God, everything is in Quark Express. No, I don't have the. Wait a minute. I know I had one. Donna, and the bar is yo. Ah, fuck, I don't find it. I know I had one. Let me see if I find it. I have one copy of every Sushiro album I produced. That's Looney Johnson. So maybe I have a WorldWideChico somewhere. Sev, Looney Johnson. I did that cover. Véronique Neret, I did that cover. Laurie, I did that cover too. I did that cover. Chroma Key. Woo! We have to play Chroma Key. Sumia. Ooh, we have to play some other Sushiro albums too. But we still in '99, so I was not on the label yet. Iconic. I was sure I had a. I don't find it. I know I have a WorldWideChico somewhere, but I guess it's not gonna be tonight. But anyway, I'll ask who did the singing part in. But I remember at that time I would just tell the guys, "Hey guys, I need a guy who speaks Spanish to sing the chorus for me," and people will pop up in the studio. So I was chilling downtown Sunday afternoon. Yeah, remind me of a Big Pun song. Yeah, which one? I think I only know like the main song, the most famous songs of Big Pun. But yeah, I had that. Yeah, I at that time I came out of living in South America for a whole year, and I was fluent in Spanish, English, French, so I would always go between those two. I would do a lot of rhymes in O, loco, or mañana, chica. Those were like my verses. The next song is featuring a very, 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 very talented artist called Stephanie McKay. You should check what she does. She's on Spotify and etc. And she sings a soul, new soul, that type of music, and she's amazing. So this song, Just For Me, is featuring her. So in this song, we have real percussions and somebody playing the electric piano live.
I got so many phrases really, and even if your lady's freaky, my beat is better, only more on bodies on one. Body plus for protocol, keep on get the crowds local. Word up.
If I ever miss a melody tonight, it's just for me. I don't care if you're never satisfied. It's just for me. If I ever miss a melody tonight, it's just for me. I don't care if you're never satisfied. It's just for me.
Every single nana, shake your da bladder.
So in this song, I talk about in the chorus mainly. I talk about why I do music. I do it for me, and if people don't like it, I actually don't care. I mean, at that time, I'm still the same. I do like. I care. Like, I care that people like my music, but those who don't like it, I don't care. Like, because I do music for me, like to express what I have inside, and then if I can create a commercial success, that's great. But the main goal is first to express myself. Then if I can sell it, cool. Those that sell that's great. But I also do some songs that don't work, and I don't mind. I have all albums that didn't explode like the ones before. And I don't mind because, you know, when you have songs like One Love, Question Mark, etc., that are still banging, you actually don't need to make new songs or new albums that are explosive. So then you can go back to making your art. So I feel very fortunate, and it's thanks to you, the people, the public. I feel fortunate that I don't need to make new songs. And this is the reason why I make new songs, because I don't need to make songs. A lot of artists, because they need to make new songs so they can be hired to perform in clubs or they can survive, they don't do the art for the art. They start doing the art so that they can sell. And then they lose themselves in the process. I never lost myself in the process. And as you can see, I made my first album, exploded. And my second album was a flop. But when I listen to it, I'm as happy and I'm not frustrated. Then my third album was a huge hit. Fourth album, African Bohemian, legendary. And then after that, the two albums that came after that, yeah, people were like, maybe it's too much or whatever. I did a double album and there was no song that exploded in those albums. And I was fine because I had enough hits already. And then it was only in 2007 that I had Malembe and more new. And there was Diamonds in 2008, Bien Plus Fort que Memo too. So I always have one or two songs. And a lot of artists can be frustrated by the fact that you release 20 songs that you work on for 2 years and people only retain the radio friendly song, the One Love, the Question My Heart, when in the same album you have like songs that are way deeper for you, that mean more for you. But this is the business. So to me, as long as people are listening to something, I'm happy. I don't mind if people discover some of my album 10 years after. I don't mind. Because as long as one day you discover it, take your time. And that's how I see my albums. Sometimes I do commercial albums, and I know I'm doing a commercial album full of hits. And sometimes I'm doing albums that are full of songs. And it's the total of everything that creates the country. It's the ecosystem is, I need to have a balance of those. So that's why after that album, I understood that to continue to do this, I needed to be independent. And that's why I started Sushi Raw and I started my old album so I could be myself. Yep.
Everything that you want me to, I can do it just for you. To make you love me, any given time of day. Everything that you want me to, I can do it just for you. To make you love me.
My niggas wonder where I hit some, I give them tight flows. Coming like Caribbean, it's that crazy afro. Bother me, yo, that's the way my love goes. Fat melodies, crazy rhymes, sexy green dough. Kinshasa, born and raised, so rock a block or two. It's the usual stuff, go, you know how a nigga do. Get the money right, better get the money right. Caminando, trying to set the value tight. My niggas feeling high, chicken head smoking lala. I bet you feeling bad if you hit the cage data. Anyway, when it comes to music, I gotta treat you right. It's everything you want me to.
Any given time of day. Everything that you want me to, I can do it just for you. To make you love me. Any given time of day. Everything that you want me to, I can do it just for you.
You wanna make me swallow? You wanna make me swallow?
That yo flow too slow for my show, but when I blow, you wanna go cause you so the hoe.
Hey.
If you wanna hit two, better shake your.
It's funny on that song I talk about. I speak a little bit of Creole, from Spanish, English. I represent Kinshasa, but at the same time, I represent other countries where I'm not from, and I'm explaining in this song that everything you want me to is not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do me, and you're gonna love me. I'm gonna make you love me, but by being me. And I talk about how a lot of people at that time are now my friends. When before the explosion of I'm Ready, a lot of people didn't believe in me. And now they want to be my best friends. And I'm like, nah nigga, nah nigga. Est-ce que tu vends les CD physiques sur ton site? J'aimerais en acheter. Non, je les ai pas en physique, mais c'est vrai que je pourrais en faire. Je sais qu'on peut en trouver à la librairie. Comment ça s'appelle? Gilbert Jeune, je crois. J'en avais vu. Sur Amazon aussi, tu peux en trouver. Another night chilling at Club Shada. Yep, with Shada Gang. So you learn Spanish before Portuguese. I bet that confused you. I speak Spanish fluently and I try to learn Portuguese. And it gets you messed up. Listen, the moment I started speaking Portuguese, I lost my Spanish. Like, if you are not going to Spain all the time and you stay in Portugal, your Portuguese will fuck your Spanish, because it's it really has so many similar things that I had to choose. Like, I have to be like, sorry Spanish. I mean, when people talk to me in Spanish, I understand what they say. I have received messages and vocal notes in Spanish all the time, but I used to speak like fluent Spanish, and now I just understand. And if I stay in a Spanish country for a long time, it will come back. But now it's just like, sometimes I'm like, comme Spanish and Portuguese. Le gardien de la paix, oh oui, on ne l'oublie pas lui. This song is called Ride.
Kaysha, gonna ride like that. Check it out. If you wanna ride, I like it. And if you wanna dance, I love it. Well, if you want some cheddar, we got it. And if you wanna dance, I love it. Yo tengo mucho corazón, check my stick, guapo negro de colección, Moelita.
What an entrance. Yo tengo mucho corazón. Fuck, girl.
I love it. Well, if you want some cheddar,
We got it.
and if you wanna dance,
Yo.
I love it.
Yo tengo mucho
Corazón, check my stick, guapo negro de colección, Moelita.
guapo negro de colección.
Maximum cigar styles cubano. Ta bumping, up the sky jumping. Ladies, throw your hands up and wave them. La smoking. Ain't my type puffing joints, but it's well if you wave your L's. Well, in some CDs where my Cosmo energy scares a lot of peeps. They don't know the global. 911 Dylan. On the telephone, it's late, yo. Cause I'm already to your bone. Cage die, smartin'. Your car pumping. Sound you never heard. You please hit a curve. Die high, style rapping. Mouth, I'm slupping them. If you feeling me, go make a brother platinum. If you wanna ride, I like it. And if you wanna dance, I love it. Well, if you want some cheddar, we got it. And if you wanna dance, I love it. Hola chica, tú es muy guapa. Voy a presentarte.
La música de Kaysha.
Número uno. Kilimanjaro, to any place you can see my smile on video. I said, yo, I'm Africano. Wow, means I got more musical gift in my motto. Give me 5 cousin. Now you wanna hang, think you can use my fame for your hands. Step back, my brother. Move on, my brother. I smack you in the eye, my brother. For what you figure, just don't think that I'm a good fella. That's how it is when you deal with a city dweller. If you wanna ride, I like it.
Shada. We got it.
And if you wanna dance, I love it. If you wanna ride,
Woo, 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 woo. Say whoop, whoop. Puff Daddy should have signed me at that time. We would have made a lot of Yo, I could have wrote songs for these guys. Because I had some choruses, huh? Eso. Hey, Patricia, tudo bem? Hello. Spaniard flow. Hola, chica. Vou te apresentar a música de Kaysha. Shada, yep. That's me. I love that song. So this was a remix of my song Telephone with Killian. So you have to understand, like, I produced all these beats in New York in front of them. I was like producing the beats in the morning and recording the vocals, writing and recording the vocals and writing the chorus and everything in the afternoon and recording like around night. And like those guys, they were like, these guys are genius.
Don't wanna be.
Girl, I call you on the phone every time cause I don't wanna be.
Don't wanna be. Call you in the morning. I'ma call you in the evening. Talk about crazy sex positions. Make you wet, baby, that's my mission. If I could fit you right now, I'll make that ass go blah. But I gotta love you over the phone. Yeah, I gotta please you after the tone. I'm about you cause I'm wild. Blue sex crocodile. Lick the phone as if you ear. Lady, have no fear. If you want the true jump place, I got the fingers and please. Forget the things your mama told ya. Safe sex, that's the best flex. Wah, 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 wah. Don't wanna be. Wanna be. And every time, go where?
Yeah, Telephone Urban Remix. So featuring Killian. Yeah, that was a version like, so at that time, like album Alias second album came out and the Timbaland sound was a revolution of yeah, we had to do I had to do a remix of that track and that was a dope version. That was like at that time I was playing a lot with guitar samples as you could see in this whole album. I had access to guitarists, but I actually only used them in a few songs. But in most of the songs I was playing with guitar samples, and I like it. Les breaks, ça c'est les breaks de Timbaland ça. Est-ce qu'à l'époque c'est toi qui choisissais quel clip tu ferais par rapport aux chansons ou pas? C'était moi avec la maison de disque. Mais bon, ils savaient, hein, quand ils écoutaient, on savait tout de suite c'était quoi la chanson, machin. On savait que ça a été WorldWideChico, Bounce Baby. Mais j'aurais quand même voulu, avec le recul, j'aurais préféré faire plus de clips quand même. Mais ça coûtait tellement cher à l'époque. Ça coûtait beaucoup plus cher qu'aujourd'hui. So my producers at that time, because they left Sony and the original version of Bounce Baby belonged to the other label before I buy everything. They asked me to do another version so they could also put in that album. So this is Bounce Baby version 2000, but it's the same song. I think it's just me alone. There's no featuring of Mike from Organize on that one, but it's more or less the same song. We changed it a bit, but it's more or less the same. I think there's a guitar, another guitar. Yeah.
Kaysha, yeah. Let's go. Yo, it's the WorldWideChico coming to your Caribbean city. Yo, any Pueblo, myself plus every other MC you know from my crew. He's you with the crazy menu. What please you with the fat beats, cute hand with lotion. I got no magic potion, just emotion. Music I create, that's a passion. Make a lot of dough and smile, that's my mission. Delicious, specialist, not a vandal. You wanna play the vandal? Niggas wanna ambush me, cause bush I bush too much. That's why I stay in the bush. Check out the sound I hit like bamboo. Check out the beats that change the hairdo. The original, sex crocodile. The original, sexy and wild. You better bounce, baby. Yeah. I'll make you dance, baby. You better bounce, baby. Yeah. I'll make you dance, baby. I'll make you dance, baby. You better bounce, baby. Yeah. I'll make you dance, baby.
I think this one has a solo guitar in the end. Wait.
Come on, baby. Wow.
This is Macario Cesar playing the guitars on that one. I prefer the original version. I'm gonna tell you why. The original version is dirtier. This one is too clean for me. And if you listen to the original, let me see.
Yo, when you Pueblo, myself plus every other MC.
It's dirty. It's hard to explain, but I can hear that this one is too polished. But I mean, it's another version. It's another take on that song. Gracias, Patricia. Exatamente. Dá mesmo para dançar. Estavas a dançar ou não? You often say that when you listen back to African Bohemian, there's plenty you didn't know production-wise, but you seem to enjoy the production worldwide. How is that? I'm gonna tell you what, AJ. When we arrive to African Bohemian, I might just be amazed at myself. Because like, you have to understand the way I function. I do stuff, and when they're done, I just go fast forward. So I might completely say something different when I listen to it. But what I mean is that in African Bohemian, because like those songs, in terms of mixes, professionals mix those songs. Starting in African Bohemian, I was the first time I mixed by myself. So in terms of beat production, no, I'm a veteran. I was a veteran at the age of 16 in beat making, but mixing a whole album, a whole project by myself, African Bohemian was the first time I did it myself. So when I hear it, I hear a lot of mistakes that I did compared to what I would do today in terms of mix. But at the same time, this is a critically acclaimed album, so it's subjective. It's just me. It's just me compared to what I've learned ever since. But as you can listen, production-wise, I was already on point at that time, talking about 99. So by 2004, I was even more. But it's the rest. It's the fact that it was the first project that I did myself from zero to to 100 without no help from nobody, without nobody paying nothing, etc., etc. That's what I meant by production wise. I would so not maybe not a production as beat making, but maybe more executive production, the mix, the mastering. There's a lot of things that I would have done differently today. But I mean, when you love these songs, like, and the thing is, like, I'm an advocate for let things be raw, let things be how they were, because yeah, it works and people love it. And the people who listen to music are not engineers, they are not singers most of the time, they are not lyricists. So they're here to enjoy the vibe and the feeling that you are giving to them. You see what I mean? Nah, G-Spot, c'est pas sérieux. How you come so late? We at the end of the album, bro. It's not serious. Wednesday. Be on time. Obrigado. Un clip de Everyday, Chica Bonita au Cybersex aurait été lourd. Tellement. Comme je te dis, hein, y a beaucoup de raisons. À mon avis, il y a aussi le fait que la piraterie est devenue sauvage avec... tu pouvais trouver ton album au puce. Il y a plein de facteurs, en fait. Et puis la maison de disques n'ayant pas compris ce que j'étais en train d'essayer de faire, et moi-même n'ayant pas forcément fait les bons choix, c'est un mélange de tout ça. If I had to remix African Bohemian, I don't think I'd do it. I think I like it the way it is. Maybe I would. Yeah, if I redid the mix, yeah, I would do a nice mix, but the songs might sound different. That's what I mean. If I would do African Bohemian again, I would just I might do a guitar, acoustic, just me and a guitar version of some songs and sing them here live with a guitarist. That's a good idea, no? Like live auto-tune and stuff. What were you thinking when you were making all the hits on this album, WorldWideChico? I can hear a lot of sexy song going around the songs. Well, I was young and like young in New York, surrounded by girls. So yeah, it was like making those songs, you know. Yeah, it's true that there's a lot of. I think it's funny because I've always had that feeling of a rapper, but finally at the same time I always had lyrics of R&B singers. So it makes sense that in the end I just started singing. You see what I mean? And that's very true what G-Spot is saying. This album is technically much better and this is one of my best albums, but people were not ready. And that's why I say it was a mistake to do it at that time. Because after the success of I'm Ready, I should have done I'm Ready number 2 and I'm Ready number 3. And then I could drop that one. So now I'm talking as a businessman. But as an artist, yeah, I was happy with my album. But compared to the one before, I just, that's something I always say. If you are a leader, and at that time, I had no idea that I was a leader. But if you are a leader and people are following you, if you run too fast, the people are going to start to run and try to follow you. But if you turn right, then you turn left, then you enter a building, you take an elevator, then you go left. And by the time the people arrive to the corner and they turn right, they don't see you. So they follow somebody else. And this is what happened. That was my mistake. My mistake was to not understanding how you lead your people. You don't lead your people by just going forward and not taking care of are they following me or not. You have to take your people by the hand and you You go and you try to be always 2, 3, 4 steps ahead, but not too much. And this is to me what I learned from that album. The failure of that album is that I should have just also gave them a little bit of what worked in the album before. Because if you listen to I'm Ready and you listen to that one, somebody will understand, somebody will heard everything that I did in the next after that. Those people will understand that, okay, it did, because all my albums are different. But if I did that album, I'm Ready, then I did WorldWideChico, even if it didn't go how we wanted, if it was today, I would have released the next year another I'm Ready. Just to say, okay, okay, I enjoyed myself making my album WorldWideChico the way I wanted. Now I'm giving you another commercial album with songs you like, a little bit of Jean-Michel Rotin, a little bit of whatever, some samples, some good zouk stuff. But at that time, listen, to me at that time, you have to understand that to me, I'm Ready was a mistake. To me, I'm Ready was not the album I wanted to do. WorldWideChico was the album I wanted to do. I'm Ready was like, okay, it's working. Well, they like me. Now that they like me, let me do what I want, which is the mistake all the artists do. They like you, yes, but they like you with the chocolate biscuit, not the salty one. So, but at that time, you're an artist, so you don't really understand those things. Today, I understand those things, and I know how to take calculated risks. And today, it's even better. It's singles, so you can do what the fuck you want today. I got you, makes sense, because like many African bohemians, it's a timeless classic to me, like all the others. But as an artist, with that music critic ear, I can understand what you mean. Yeah. I love Kizomba, me encanta la Kizomba, adoro la Kizomba. Ok, já percebemos, tu aimes la Kizomba. This is the first Girlfriend, because I have 2 songs named Girlfriend.
She's my girlfriend, she's my girlfriend. But every time I see you, my heart goes, She's my girlfriend, she's my everything. But every time I see you, my heart goes,
Last night I saw you for the first time. You so bad. That's right, inside my heart. Never felt of things like this before. I've got a girlfriend, but it's alright. Can we talk, baby, once again? I don't give a damn about the things. You're my everything. She makes me high. Ooh, yeah. No more you and I. I want this girl, and I hope she want me too. She rocks my world, baby. Don't need to say, I don't need to say a goddamn word. Understand me? Ooh, yeah. She's my everything.
she's my girlfriend,
Ooh, yeah.
she's my everything.
She's my everything.
I see you, my heart goes,
And you got to know.
she's my everything.
Baby.
Every time I see you, my heart goes,
Girlfriend, you know love is my thing, girlfriend. When my baby shake a thing, girlfriend, you know every evening I make my way home and hear she whispering, yes, I love you too. You know you my boo, you part of my crew. Shame on me if I on the regular basis, like I'm just a burglar. But I met you in the club after the good show. Was you here for my style, so my good door? Or the one that I saw was a chinky eye, girlfriend?
That's the way my love goes. Ghetto to ghetto, city to city. You will find a nice chick that shake a TT. Your man is just a man, behave like a software control. Buy his underwear, even let you know
She's my
where.
girlfriend. She's my everything.
Love these beats. That's the last song I recorded, and I think this is the only song I recorded in Paris after I came back with the album. And yeah, that was an amazing time. Actually, I think that at that moment, I was with no. No, I remember when I was recording the album is the day that I did the Zenith, which was in France, one of the biggest venue at that time. It was 10,000 people, 8,000 people. And I remember that I did that. I performed there and everybody went crazy. And then after that, I finished recording that album. That was dope. And at that time, I was dating my ex-girlfriend was from Brazil at that time, and she lived in Guyana. And I think that I think we broke up. Like she broke up with me, just like at that time when I was recording the album because I was traveling too much and long distance, and because she was scared because everybody was telling her, oh, you know, he's gonna be this, he's gonna be that. He's gonna be famous. He's gonna have a ton of girls and stuff. And I remember that. Yeah, she broke up with me. Like when I called her to say, "Oh, the show was amazing. There was 10,000 people." It's over. And to make me feel better, they sent me to La Réunion Island. My God. Yeah. We see that by 99, you were already in 2005. It is possible, brother. It is possible that I had to wait for people to come to me. Est-ce que parmi tous les sons que tu as fait pour Amedy et WorldWideChico, que tu n'as pas sorti, tu comptes les sortir un de ces quatre? I would love to release some of the tracks that I recorded because I have 40 songs that I recorded for that album but I don't have them. Everything is in I don't even know what format it is, but everything are in some tapes, some square tapes, and everything is in the Black Pearl studio in New York. But I don't know if the studio still exists. I really need to ask Papa Jube if he still has those tapes, and if he has them, then I have to find a way to digitize them and transform them into wave tracks. And maybe I could, yeah, because I have some songs that I recorded in 97. Bro. Alright, this is the last song of the album. It's called Get With Me. So I'm gonna play this one till the end because it's really a song that I love. And then I will put everything in my Kizomba 2020 playlist. Get With Me is a song about what my music means to me and what I want my music mean. I wanted at that time. I realized that I should let the people be free of what my music means to them. But at that time, I just wanted my music, and I still want my music to be a safe heaven. I want my music to be a place where you feel comfortable. You just travel with my music. And if you're sad, you have something you can listen to. If you're angry, you have something you can listen to. And I just want my music to be the voice of not only me, but also those who don't have a voice, and that sometimes you want to express feelings that you feel, love, frustration, passion, and a lot of people have been telling me that sometimes they want to say something and they use my songs. So that's a great compliment that can be done to me. And that song is really, yeah, it's a song about that, about the if you get with me and you're part of that universe, you have a safe space where you can hide. I want to see the likes. If you like this session, don't hesitate to put out some super chats and enjoy the music.
Dico Suave, you know that kid from Bombay. Grab a cab, free will. What kids that's flashy? Don't wanna steal the mic. I dribble, double, like a Kaysha. The Mavia, cut them in peace, I'm butcher. Give me a clap, clap from the hand. The Javier, give you a dap. Wow. Son of a song, the barrier. Give you a two. Wow. Don't give a damn about la fecha. Cause anytime of day, yo, I'll be at your derecha. Todos los muchachos, sometimes like we nachos. La vida de nosotros, we trace our caminos. Good ways, organized plays, sparkling Mondays to Sunday. Si vous voulez ou peut venir. If it's serious, very marious. If it's ridiculous, still you friend of us. La vie c'est ça. Un poco de you, poco de me. Poor luxury, still you friend of me.
If you ever need a friend to be, you can get with me. If you're looking for a place to be, you can get with me. You got enough of the jealousy, baby. You can get with me. And if you wanna get the dollar bill, you can get with me.
Politician destroyed my country too. So what you wanna do, boo? I launch you, me and the mic, we kinda good amigos. C'est pour oublier que Noël c'est le good caminos. Musique du cœur, que ou pape janvier, de janvier à janvier, c'est fait pour l'été. African prince, I've been, I'll stay, never betray what my ancestors gave me. I cannot play as I travel the land. They call me Chico Magnifico, but nothing compared to Steve Biko. Cause who I am if I can't give my life to my people? A song is not enough to make my tears equal. If it's serious, very marious. If it's ridiculous, still you fan of us. La vie c'est ça, un poco de you, un poco de me. Poor luxury, still you fan of me. And if it's marvelous, cause there's plenty of us. If you're afraid of us, still we're fabulous. I can't give you my heart, but just a melody. Cause my only diamond is my music ability.
If you ever need a friend to be, you can get with me. If you're looking for a place to be, you can get with me. You got enough of the jealousy, baby. You can get with me. And if you wanna get the dollar bill, you can get with me. If you ever need a friend to be, my baby. Looking for a place to be. You can get with me. You got enough of the jealousy, baby.
Of the jealousy, baby, yeah.
And if you wanna get the dollar,
you can get with me. Many people struggle in Africa. You stay strong, you stay in peace forever. Two of my Indians stole the land in America. You stay strong, you stay in peace forever. Haiti remembering our glorious past. We stay strong, stay in peace forever. West Indies, Indian Ocean, and my diaspora. We stay in peace forever.
if you ever need a friend,
If you ever need a friend to be,
you can get with me.
yeah.
If you're looking for a place to be,
Oh, you can get with me.
you got enough of the jealousy, baby. Get with me. And if you wanna get the dollar,
僕らのハードワークの結果を君たちが楽しんでくれたらいいな。
そして次の WCD でまた会おう。サイバーラブと一緒にね。
And there you have it. That was my album, Worldwide Chico. I think it's a nice album. I think I love that album. It's a dope album, yo.